Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope that you all are well and you're having a nice time. So I'm back with another video, and in this one I'll run you through the team selection for FPL Game Week 1. We're going to talk about each and every pick that I currently have in my side. I'll mention the specific reasons why I went for that specific pick. We're going to talk about the future plans, how I'm going to move, how I'll navigate my team through. And for that, we're going to use this amazing platform, DRAFTHOUND. You can see the team planner and a proper assistant manager there. You can get your hands on loads and loads of features like player rankings, fixture analysis, player comparison, and predicted lineups. Predicted lineups is all currently visible on your screen, and you can see the predicted lineups from Arsenal that have been updated from today. And obviously a planner on your right hand side, which gives you a lot, loads and loads of insights like expected points, the average expected minutes, the average ownership, and all of that. So there is a referral link below. You can click on that, and once you click on that, you will be redirected towards their platform where you can get your hands on free features, and then obviously there are the premium features that you can see on your screens. So before we start, please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 800 subs is the aim for now, and that is the aim that I have my eyes on, and you guys can help me achieve that. So yeah, that is that for the intro and start. Now let's talk about the team and what are the picks I will be moving forward with. So starting with the goalkeepers, I've got Onana and John Stone in my side, and as you can already see that I've got a proper duo of the two starting keepers. Onana is going to be my main keeper, and John Stone would obviously come in during times where Onana is going to face some tough fixtures. He's going to face some tough sides. So the expected points of both of them are not very brilliant, but I'm expecting Man United to keep some clean sheets during the start of the season. And obviously with Crystal Palace side, it is expected that they would be among the clean sheets. So a proper duo of two keepers that are going to start. There are other options at 4.5 million too. I'll show you that if you want to move on to them. You can definitely go to those players. There's obviously, I think Pickford is there. There is Steele, who is slightly, he's going to be a regular starter, but we're not sure about that because a couple of times we saw the second keeper from Brighton playing. Pickford is going to be a nailed option. There's obviously Flecken, who's going to be a nailed option. He's not as good as Raya, but he's going to be a nailed option. Then there is obviously Leno, Neto, Fabianski, and all the other. But I think till the part of Neto, I think these are some of the safe picks you can go for at 4.5 apart from Steele. He is going to be a regular starter, but we're not sure that he is pretty safe with De Zerbi Rowlett, because that is going to be the next big thing after Pep Rowlett. So talking about the 4 million goalkeeper bracket, there is going to be Turner, who is expected to, I think the here we go is done, or he's expected to leave Arsenal and join Nottingham Forest at 4. He is being offered at 4 million in FPL, so you can have that keeper too on your bench if you want to go for him. So this is currently what my goalkeeper duo is looking like. Now we're going to talk about the defenders and how the team is shaping up with the defense coming into the side. Let's look at that. Now talking about the defenders and starting from Estupiñán first, obviously at 5 million, I think he is a proper bargain, a player that can provide attacking returns. We've seen that he got one, assist today too. I think he won a penalty. That is obviously an assist in terms of FPL. And that is what we expect from him. We saw him scoring goals too last season, and that is one reason why his ownership is so high, and a lot of managers have gone with the Brighton asset, that is Estupiñán. He's actually going to be a regular starter, a nailed option as of now, and some good fixtures coming up for Brighton too during the start of the season. So that is why a lot of managers have gone for Estupiñán. His current EO, let's check that. So his current EO is 51%, so that is a lot. And as you can see, 84.25 is his expected minutes. So I think that he is a safe pick to go for at 5 million. And obviously the other 5 million option I have is Gabriel. The starting fixtures that Arsenal has are pretty nice. We saw them play some good football defensively today versus Man City. Obviously, congratulations to Arsenal on winning the Community Shield. That was a good tie we saw between Arsenal and Man City, and shout out to the team that won it. A good penalty shootout we saw. So coming back to FPL, now Gabriel is the one reason is he was providing some attacking returns last season, and the other one is that during the start we saw Arsenal keep a lot of clean sheets when Saliba and Gabriel were playing together. I expect similar stuff from them. They were defensively pretty solid today versus Man City too. Obviously, this was obviously counted as pre-season and not proper start of the Premier League, but What I saw, I'm pretty satisfied with Gabriel currently in my side. He is kind of a player who's going to be threats from set pieces too. So at 5 million, I think he's going to be a second bargain. That is obviously what I expect as of now. Now Chilwell at 5.5 million, who's going to be playing that wing back role from from Chelsea's side. He's going to be on set pieces too, putting that ball in from corners. And Chilwell has the ability to provide attacking returns. He can score goals too, and I'm expecting Chelsea to regain their defensive form. We've known Chelsea for keeping clean sheets, and that is what I expect under the likes of Pochettino, who is kind of a manager who likes to park the bus. So not very easy fixtures during the start of the season, like Liverpool and West Ham United, but in those games obviously I would expect Chilwell to be among the attacking returns, because neither of those sides are defensively pretty solid too. Now Mings is going to be my fourth option. He's going to take the bench once I bring in the midfielders, and I would bring him in during the fixtures that I fancy. Like I could bring him in to play versus Everton or Burnley, and that is because I expect him to keep clean sheets. We've seen Unai Emery, he park the bus a lot of times. He is the kind of manager who is going to be parking the bus, who's going to be playing the defensive football and counters and transitions. And he has revolutionized the Aston Villa side, and we've seen them playing some good and free-flowing football in the preseason games too. So Mings was obviously the man of the hour sometimes for Aston Villa last season. He did score goals, and obviously a man of the hour for some of the FPL managers too, who were on the verge of getting a red arrow, but then there were some unexpected 10 pointers from Mings, who kept a clean sheet and got all the bonus points. So that is why I've gone for Mings. I'm expecting Aston Villa to be a defensively solid side, not against every opponent, but against against the easier opponents or the weaker opponents that they have fixtures against. So Bell would be my fifth one. He's going to be a bench filler. He's going to take the bench. He is a starter at 4 million. So when in need, he would come in to fill any of the gap left from a player who's not playing. So this is what my defense line is looking like. I've got like 3 of the mid-rangers, or you can none of the premium as of now. 3 of the mid-rangers, 1 4.5 and 1 4 million. I've invested the rest of the budget in my midfield and attack. So we're going to talk about the midfield first, and then obviously the attack. Let's check out what the midfield looks like for now. Now, looking at the midfielders and starting with the duo of Arsenal that I have in my side, I am satisfied with Saka. Obviously, he's going to be on the penalties. He looked pretty nice versus Man City today too, and obviously he has been in form in the preseason games too. And obviously Saka is their main man, so there is no reason why we should not pick Saka. At 8.5 million, I think he's going to be a very good pick in the midfield. He is going to be one of those players that you can hold on to throughout the season, hopefully. And he is usually among the goals. Most of the goals that Arsenal did score last season were either by the involvement of Saka or scored by him. So he is usually their main man, and obviously on the penalties. So that is one advantage. And Martinelli, the player on the other wing on Arsenal, obviously his minutes are actually in danger by the likes of Trossard. And sometimes you might even see Havertz playing on that wing, which is obviously not a very good choice, but he is there. He's going to be playing some of the game. So not one of the very nailed players in that Arsenal side, but he is going to be a regular starter. We've seen the capability that Martinelli has. Until and unless Jesus arrives, I think Martinelli is safe. He might play that centre forward role sometimes, and obviously he's going to be on that wing role usually. So I think the double up of Arsenal is a little bit of satisfactory kind of thing with the fixtures that they have: Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace, Fulham. We saw Arsenal looking pretty threatening versus Man City too during the counters and during different phases of the attacks that they were in. Martinelli looked all right. Saka looked brilliant, and I think I'm pretty solid with the Arsenal duo in my side, and I'm expecting some of the returns from them. Martinelli obviously was one of the brilliant pick last season. Obviously his price was a little bit cheaper than what we're getting this season, but I think the Arsenal duo is going to be either going to be a bargain or might be a proper fail. That there is nothing in between that. So with Saka, I'm pretty satisfied. With Martinelli, that is obviously going to be a punt, but he's expected to start usual or most of the games that I said. We're going to look at his expected minutes, and that is 80 5.4 minutes, and the expected points are looking brilliant too. 5.6 in the first one, 5.2 in the other one, and 5.3 in the other one after that. So 3 game weeks, I think these are some solid points that I would be getting if things do go Arsenal's way. So I'm satisfied with the Arsenal duo currently in my side. Then obviously there is Rashford. I had Bruno Fernandes prior to bringing in Martinelli, but I took out Bruno Fernandes and brought in Martinelli. I think that Rashford is enough from Man United as of now. We're gonna see how things things pile up and how things shape up at Man United and what are the players that we can go for as the season goes on. But I think as of now, I'm pretty satisfied with Rashford, who is obviously their main man. He sometimes might even play that centre forward role. There's that striker role, but usually we were going to see him at the wing. So I think I'm satisfied with Rashford, the main man at Man United, who's going to be their main goal scorer. That is obviously what is expected of him. So at 9 million, I'm pretty satisfied with the set of fixtures I'm getting with Rashford. Then obviously Mitoma, who is the key man at Brighton. He is going a little bit wide these days, so you do not expect you won't be expecting a lot of goals from him, but I am expecting goal involvement, and that is obviously in terms of assist, I am expecting assist points from him, and that is why I've got Mitoma. And the set of fixtures that Brighton has, as I've already mentioned, is pretty nice and pretty tempting. That is why a lot of players, a lot of managers currently have three Brighton assets in their side, and I also have that. We're going to talk about the forward that I brought from Brighton. At this stage, you might have already identified that, but we're going to talk about that too when we're going to talk about forwards. And the fifth midfielder that I currently have in my side is Eze, who has been in brilliant form in the preseason, and that is what I want him to continue against the likes of Sheffield United. Obviously, Arsenal is going to be a tough game. Brentford 50-50, but the kind of form Crystal Palace is in looks threatening to me. And Eze has been their main man in terms of goal involvement and scoring goals. Obviously, Olise was there too, his partner, but he's leaving to Chelsea. The rumors of him leaving for Chelsea are pretty high as of now. So these are the midfielders that I currently have in my side. Now we're going to move on to the forwards, and there are some changes that you guys obviously are expecting due to the forwards getting injured day by day. So yeah, let's move on to the forwards now. Now looking at the forwards, obviously I've got Haaland, I've got Watkins, and I've got João Pedro. Pedro took the penalty today, and that is why the bandwagon is on. But I had him for like 2 or 3 days before that. And the reason was not the penalties, but the reason was pretty clear, and that is why he was a bench filler. Now, after that penalty, he has moved from third sub to the first one. That is something I won't lie to you about, because I have moved him because he was on the penalties. Now, as of now, the predicted lineups do not show him starting, and Ciso is there. So you might want to do that, but as I went for a bench filler with João Pedro at 5.5 million, and when he's playing, I might take a punt on him. But as of now, he's going to be on the bench for me. And the only reason why I moved him from the third bench to the first one is because he took the penalty today. Now, talking about Watkins, he is going to be the main man at Aston Villa. He is scoring goals alongside Buendia. He's on the penalties, and we've seen him Watkins score back-to-back last season too. And I think we're pretty safe with the Watkins pick, because once Nkunku returns or Jackson starts scoring, he becomes a starter, or the likes of Jesus are back and they start scoring, you can easily switch with one move. If I take the budget out, invest somewhere, then I would have to take two. It would take me 2 moves, or probably a -4 if I would have to jump onto either Nkunku or Jesus or the other ones at 8 million or 7.5 million that I've mentioned. So I think Watkins is safe in my side as of now. And I think the set of fixtures looks all right to me too. Newcastle is going to be a tough one, but with Everton and Burnley, I'm expecting Watkins to return me points. And then there is obviously Erling Haaland at 14 million, who was pretty awful today. He did not have a lot of touches. He doesn't usually have a lot of touches. His touches are usually converted into goals, but that is when De Bruyne is on the field to feed him. Usually that is the case. Hopefully De Bruyne stays fit and we can see a lot of game time from him, and our 14 million is then going to be converted into FPL points. Otherwise, that 14 million that we've invested here, and we're not investing that on Salah or Trent Alexander-Arnold or Kane, it is going to be a tough one for a lot of managers. So hoping Haaland fires versus the likes of Burnley, Newcastle, Sheffield United, and every other team that we know Haaland can do. So this is currently what my side is looking like. The 3-5-2 template formation remains the same. More than 3 changes in my side. The defense is obviously the same from the last one, but the midfield has changed. I've taken out Bruno Fernandes, brought in Martinelli. Watkins came in, and João Pedro came in recently. John Stone came in, and obviously Bell came in. So the more than 3 changes that I actually briefed here. Those were 5 changes. But yeah, this is what I've been working on for the last 5 or 6 days, and this is what my side is for the first game week team selection. I'm 90% sold on this team. If there are changes, I'll let you know on Twitter. I'm gonna post my final team on Twitter. Hopefully I would have the time to do a live stream before the game that we have on Friday. So join me there for the live stream, and I will be doing the live streams every week on Friday night before the deadline on Saturday, because sorry about that. Sadly, these days I have graduated from the university and I'm working, and my job is 9 to usually 10 to 6 or 10 to 7, and it is open on Saturdays too. My office is open on Saturdays too, so I'll be there. Probably gonna miss the first game too, so I cannot do the live streams, but we're gonna do the live streams a day prior to that. Hopefully you guys can join in, and we'll have a lot of fun during the season. So this is currently what is my side looking like. Let me know what your teams are looking like, and let me know what changes I could make and what changes you are looking at. If you've got questions, you can definitely come directly to my Twitter inbox. I'll answer you. You can get my WhatsApp number and even ask me there. I do not mind that. So yeah, this is currently it for this video. Hopefully I'll see you guys pretty soon for game week 2. Thank you all for watching, and take care.